What is up, guys? Stark here. I am back for another Fate video, and in today's video we are going to be doing a character spotlight. Remember those? Man, how long has it been since I've done one of these? But we are back doing one, and we are going to be doing it for the anniversary character, Caster Artoria, the long-awaited anniversary servant, Caster Artoria. I'm so excited for this. I had to break out a character spotlight for it. So here we go. Caster Artoria, anniversary servant. She is a 5-star caster, and she is a meta-changing, insane character. She's really good, and I strongly recommend pulling for her, like, right off the bat, like, without even like, talking about her skills or anything like that. Just take my advice and pull for her. Very good character. Makes things so much easier, and I'm just excited to get my hands on her and play and just kind of use Space Ishtar. That's my plan. That I put a lot of money into getting Space Ishtar ready to go, and this is what it was for, and it's almost time. So yes, like I said, level 9, 5-star caster. I don't know what I was trying to say there. 5-star caster at level 90, 14,406 HP, 10,546 attack. I do have her splits there for level 100 and level 120. So for like grails and stuff, and now that we do have the coin system, things change a little bit for like leveling up and stuff like that. So haven't really messed around too much with the coins, but I do know it's a thing. I know you can break the gap for the levels to for 120 there, so got the splits for that. We're not going to talk about it too much, but it's there if you guys are interested in it. Star absorption is 50, star generation is 11%, Noble Phantasm generation on attacks is 0.54, and on defense it's 3%. You're not going to use her for doing damage. She's a caster anyway, so naturally lower damage. She's a support character through and through, and she's really good at it. So yes, let's go ahead and jump right into her skills. First one is going to increase the attack of all allies for 3 turns. This will also increase the Noble Phantasm gauge for all allies as well. You're going to get a 20% increase to attack for 3 turns, and a 30% increase to all of the Noble Phantasm gauges for your entire team on a 6-turn charge time. Fantastic skill. Anytime you have an AoE battery, it's just phenomenal, and the fact that it's such a high percentage as well just makes it even better. So even at level 1, it's still going to get 20%. Like, that's just a waiver right there. So really good. Although I do strongly recommend leveling up all of her skills to level 10 as soon as possible. You guys will find out in a little bit that might not be feasible for everybody. But yeah, for now, fantastic skill. Second skill will increase the Noble Phantasm gauge of 1 ally, and also increase the Noble Phantasm gain for all allies for 3 turns. So you have another battery here, so you get that 20% increase to one of your allies, but it will increase the gain of your entire party for 3 turns by 30%. Very helpful for looping Noble Phantasms. So you get a battery and a regeneration there. So like I said, looping is going to be off the charts for Caster Artoria teams. So get ready for that. 5-turn charge time, very low, very recyclable, but you don't really need to worry about it because you're probably going to win the fight in 3 turns anyway. So the cooldowns on her skills are relatively unimportant unless you're taking her into longer fights, and then you have low cooldowns, so you're good to go anyway. Final skill will increase the arts card effectiveness for an ally for 3 turns. So also apply special attack threat to humanity to that ally for 3 turns, and apply invincible to that ally for 1 turn. So again, another fantastic skill. You're going to be able to buff the arts effectiveness of that ally, which goes hand in hand with the arts centered meta shift. So you're going to be able to just do more damage with your arts characters, and that's really what we're looking for at this point in time. You're just going to throw on your arts characters, your arts damage dealers, and just have a field day having fun with this. Just spamming Noble Phantasms like crazy, and just destroying pretty much everything in your path relatively easily too. I do have her on JP, so I've been messing around with her for a little bit, and she's just fun. She got me back into JP for a little bit, and yeah. As far as the threat to humanity trait, there's not too many characters in the game that have it. So I wouldn't really worry about it too much, but you do get a pretty good attack increase for that. And you get invincible as well, so you get that 1 turn invincibility to whatever ally you're using it on. So your attacker is going to be protected for at least 1 more turn. That's always really helpful as well. As far as her passives go, she has 4 passives. The first one will increase arts card effectiveness by 12%. Second one will increase arts card critical strength by 10%. Third one will increase your critical chance resistance by 20%. And finally, you have the increase to your debuff resistance by 20%. Pretty standard stuff there. The Fey Eyes is pretty much exclusive to her. Well, at this point in the game, it is exclusive to her. Nothing special, though. It's really nothing crazy there. Just a little bit of a chance to resist your critical hits. Or enemy critical hits, I should say. And then for her Noble Phantasm, and this is where things get very interesting, you're going to increase the attack of all allies for 3 turns. You're going to clear debuffs for all of your allies, and on the overcharge, you will apply enforcement defense to all allies 1 time over the course of 3 turns. Now, this might be a new term for a lot of players who don't really follow JP. Basically what this does is it'll reduce damage to 0. It cannot be pierced with Ignore Invincible. It's going to be a different icon. I believe the icon is a little blue and white shield. So when you see that up, you cannot get pierced with Ignore Invincible. So it's just going to reduce that damage to 0. Now, it does only happen 1 time, but the more you overcharge it, the more it'll increase the number of times that this will get applied to. So for every overcharge, it adds 1 up to 500% at 5 times over the course of 3 turns. Obviously, in that case, it's going to be pretty hard to get hurt for those 3 turns. Obviously, it's an AoE as well, so you're going to get your whole team is going to get some pretty high enforcement there. Again, that has to be max overcharged, so most people will not be able to do that, but even at 1 or 2 times, you are going to be more than good for surviving. But yeah, she can turn herself into an absolute tank, keep the team alive, and it can't really be pierced either, so that's definitely going to help you a lot. You also get that attack boost up to 50%, which is pretty crazy. Base is 30%, so that's more or less what you're probably going to be looking at, but that's still really good. And it's for 3 turns. You're going to be able to recycle, and you could probably stack it if you wanted to. I don't think you really have to, though, because you're not going to need it. You're going to be attacking with other people's Noble Phantasms, so you don't have to worry too much about hers. This is mainly just for, like, tougher fights. Like, this is just built in for tougher fights. So, you get that survivability just built right into her Noble Phantasm if you need it for longer fights. And if not, you have her skills for quicker fights, like for, like, farming and stuff. So she's really good. She can do a lot. So, must have, in my opinion. But yeah, let's go ahead and just get these stars out of the way here. For skills, she's gonna get 5 stars. I think I've explained very well why I think that she deserves 5 stars for her skills. As far as damage goes, obviously she's being a caster, she's not going to do that much damage, but you don't need her to. I do have to give her a rating for it though, so I'm going to give her 2.5 stars. The same thing for critical ability. She's not there for crits. She does actually have a little bit of crit support to her. I'm going to give her 2.5 stars there. It's not really anything you need to worry about for that. Noble Phantasm will get 5 stars. Her Noble Phantasm is fantastic on its own. She has 2 MP battery skills, MP gain skill as well. So you're gonna, like I said, you're gonna be recycling Noble Phantasms constantly with this character. So 5 stars, easily. Survivability will also get 5 stars. Noble Phantasm is built for survivability. You also do have her 3rd skill for invincibility for that 1 time. And the fact that you're going to be able to farm pretty effectively and pretty easily also does keep your characters alive. By clearing the waves, you're not getting damaged, so that'll jack it up a little bit as well. And then, of course, for support, she's going to get 5 stars. Self-explanatory, really. She's just a overpowered arts support character, so she's going to join the echelon of Waver, Merlin, Scotty, Caster Artoria. those are your top tier support characters now, so she has definitely earned her spot in that list effectively immediately as soon as she is officially released, which hopefully is going to be later today as of this recording. We'll see about that though. Overall ranking 4.2 out of 5. Obviously I think she's much better than that ranking, but because of the damage and the critical ability, it does drag her overall ranking down just a slight little bit. But don't let that fool you. She's an amazing character. Just pull for her. Can't stress it enough. Just pull for her. Now I will go ahead and talk about what I was talking about before. The only slight issue with Caster Artoria is you might not be able to max her out right away unless you were preparing for her and planning on it. She does need quite a hefty amount of resources in order to actually fully max her out for her skills and her ascension. So maybe you don't necessarily have all of those pieces in place. So the eggs of truth are going to be very difficult to obtain. The also problem is that there's a lot of characters that actually use these, and they're good characters too. So like Space Ishtar, the primary attacker for Caster Artoria, also requires the eggs as well. So by leveling up Space Ishtar, you might have used your supply of that. You also have Arjuna Altar that takes quite a few of them as well. So you guys can see here, if you were not very conservative with your eggs, you might not have enough to level her up. So just keep that in mind. I guess depending on when she actually gets released, you might have some time to farm for it. But you also have the Fragment of Twinkling Stars. Those are also a little bit difficult to get. They're relatively new, so that's pretty much the primary thing that might be stopping people from getting it. But I mean, I haven't used any yet, and I have enough. I have 37, and she needs 35. And I really haven't been playing Fate that much lately. So if you've been up to date and playing the game, you should have enough of those. I think the eggs are going to be the biggest problem because of just like Arjuna and Ishtar. But if you don't have either of those characters, or you were smart and you just saved them, then you should be fine. No big deal there. So yeah, I guess keep that in mind. Just utilize your resources efficiently. That way you're not getting stuck with not having enough resources to level her up, because that to me would be like a real shame to get Caster Artoria and then not be able to level her up efficiently just because you didn't have enough eggs, and then you have to go farm eggs. Like that would just be a nightmare. So hopefully everyone did do it efficiently and they're good to go. So I'm wishing for the best for everyone there. I have all my resources ready to go. I just need to pull her, so looking forward to that. But yeah, guys, that is a character spotlight. It was a little rough back into the groove of it, but hopefully this will get me back into the groove of it and start turning these out a little bit more frequently. I probably won't do them very often, but I'm going to try and slowly tick away at the ones that I need to get done here. So I've skipped quite a few, but I'm going to try and just go back. Maybe I'll do like one a week or one every 2 weeks or something to try and catch up. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, I have the links below to my Twitter, Twitch, Patreon, and Discord. So feel free to check those out. And I'll see you guys next time.